Where was the military maps located? In the Library of Congress?
Underground.
Underground? And the people who contacted you from the Haganah knew that you had...
No. It was Shlomo Argov. That was all. I wrote all of that.
Right.
And he called me one day and asked me to meet someone that they want something from. He said, look, Library of Congress, to have a pass, you have to be American born. Like working there, you had to be, I don't know today, American born, not nationalized, and I had, of course, an American passport. And we need so-and-so. We have we know more or less where it is. We have the numbers of the maps, the military maps. We know it's not easy, it's not safe. Will you do it? I asked for time to think about it.
Why were those maps open to the public?
It wasn't. It was underground in the military section of the Pentagon. Everything has to be copied and sent to the Library of Congress. Everything that's published in the state. And this was underground level. There were about 4 or 5 already, where it was all military material.
And you could get access to it just because you were an American?
No, and you don't get a pass. I had a pass for the Library of Congress because I headed the Hebraic section. That wasn't easy.
So you got into the military section and you took out the maps?
And luckily, the Marines were not there. I don't know why, from God.
American.
More than fear, it was the ambivalence of between being American and being Jewish Palestine, or Jewish, what's going to be Israel, definitely. And my friends who were killed here. And that was a very strong momentum that I felt to hear something that I can do for the country. And that's why I did it. And the workers...
So how did you sneak the maps out if they were in there?
Okay, I painted them. And I had a very long, I don't know if they still have them, a long carton roll, galil, that you used to roll our works in.
Right.
Because I painted at night after work. And I opened them and rolled, they weren't rolled the right way. I rolled them, stuffed them in there and went out. When they were still, it was really mazal gadol. And when I left, there was a very big colored guy, elderly, and he and I became very close friends. Why? Because no one talked to him. I did. To me, black, white, I told you, it made no difference. And I always said hello to him, and he was the guard. And you had to, and he asked me, and here I am with, it wasn't the first time, and if I'm painting anything new, and when will I show him something? I said, next time. Now I'm in a hurry, and I was very calm, and he sent me through, and that was it.
Your heart wasn't racing?
Definitely. I remember it. You won't believe it, I remember what I wore.
So do you ever look back and feel conflicted that maybe you shouldn't have done that?
No.
Do you look at it as if you betrayed America?
I did, but not anymore, no. Definitely not. I did something I could and had to do.
And when you hear about...
I'm very proud of Rosa then, that she did it.
And,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't do spying. I did a very small thing. It was big for me. I was told afterwards by Shlomo that I did a very important job, that they needed these maps, and that was it.
Right. This was Shlomo Argov, who later became the ambassador in London and got shot. What did you wear 68 years ago?
The green dress. I was very thin. I had very narrow waist. It was buttoned down, very wide skirt, cotton dress, very wide. I could drive.
That's great. Okay, Shoshana, I'm going to go. It was great to spend time with you, really. Can I come in?
Of course. How are you?
Okay, how you doing?
Fine.
Hi, what's going on?
All kinds of.
Mazal tov.
Thank you. Did you eat, drink?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yes, thank you.
Come on.
Okay.
You know the way.
How are you?
So,
Let's see the exciting medals.
pardon?
Let's see the exciting medal or diploma. This is it?
Yeah, two of them.
Let me turn on this
I
camera.
expected one, I got two.
Let's see.
So that's a compensation for the, how many years? 60-some years that I've been waiting for
Let's
it.
see what it says. It says מדינת ישראל, משרד הביטחון, איתור לוחמי המדינה, הוענק ללוי שושנה, מספר זהות, על חלקה במאבק לתקומת ישראל. Wow, that's great. That's great.
Unbelievable.
That is great.
And you-
זכות השתתפותך בשירות פעיל בתקופה הקרובה למען ביטחונה של המדינה, אות ההגנה, איתור לוחמי המדינה. Wow. Right. And these are the two medals here on the upper right hand side. One of them is like a real medal that soldiers wear when they go into battle.
Yes, I know.
And the other one is a small menorah.
Yeah,
What is that?
that's the tool. And they phone me if I got it, if it's all right, if
Yeah.
I'm satisfied. Unbelievable, what a change.
What a change from what?
From all the years that I've been hoping to get at least the Haganah one. And the Bitachon is really, they went overboard to phone me and make sure. They phoned again yesterday if I'm all right, if I need anything.
Uh-huh.
What a change in attitude.
Wow.
They tell me to wear it. I'm never going to wear it.
Right.
Yom Ha'atzmaut, maybe, but it's
That'd be
not
great.
in my character.
I know. Wow.
I wanted it mostly so my son will see it and be proud of what I did. And the story is ridiculous
What do you mean?
in a way. I told you that there were no documentation anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and anyone who could help me is dead.
Which was Argov?
Argov and Eilat.
Eilat? Who was Eilat?
Eliyahu Eilat.
Who was Eliyahu Eilat? I forget.
He was, no one knows today who he was. He was the first ambassador in Washington. And a very, very active Mapainik here.
Mm-hmm.
And Anglo-Saxon, very close friend of my parents. And he was the first tzir. I worked before the embassy.
Right.
That's why they wanted those maps. Now the story why finally they courted me and gave me is that in the Archion of Misrad HaBitachon, someone finally found the maps, the copies, of course. They photographed them and sent them. And then with the book I sent, that was
Your autobiography.
my little book. At least that was one smart thing I did. He connected it.
So they found the maps that you had
Yes.
stolen?
Yes.
Oh, so that's recent.
Very recent. That's why all the
Wow,
hysterics.
wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yes, that's the whole thing. But in Misrad HaBitachon, nothing to do with Haganah.
What I was mentioning before, I don't think there was so much of a moral dilemma because it wasn't like the maps that you were stealing would hurt American interests.
I had a moral dilemma because of my character, because of being American. There was no state yet, but I was such a fervent Zionist and so on and so forth. And the idea of stealing, but nothing to do compared to anyone else, and there's no need to mention him again, because I think he made terrible mistakes. He did it for money. I did it for idealism. And I don't want to be even to begin comparing. Now, the moral dilemma wasn't that great. As an issue, it wasn't great.
Right.
It was to help.
Right.
And it could not hurt anyone. I wasn't afraid for myself. I remember wondering if I had a right to do it. And of course, the balance was for Israel, for the future.
Right. And the maps showed strengths of troops of.
What Americans believed were the Egyptian and the Arab nations surrounding us.
Right.
But then they were stacked
Mhm.
with numbers, and they gave me the numbers, and I rolled them so I could put them in.
Wow.
And the most scary part was when I told you, the Negro
Marine.
guard, no, the Negro guard at the exit in the evening when I left, I promised him, I was the only one who talked to him. Don't forget 47, Washington is still the border of the South.
So what happened? So you were talking with the Black Marine, the Black Guard?
No, he was a black guard of the library, not of that level. They were out. They could have been, had I reported it, or someone, God knows what would have happened to them. They were not on.
The people who were supposed to guard that secret floor weren't there.
Pardon?
The people who were supposed to guard that secret floor.
The two Marines were not there.
Uh-huh.
I got the maps, they photographed them, I put them back. I didn't gather or check
You put the
or
maps back.
read.
You put the maps back?
What?
You put the maps back? No.
Of course I did.
Oh, I didn't know
Of course
that.
I did. But that was the big danger. I was more scared the second time than the
Oh,
first.
I just thought you stole them and then.
No,
Oh.
they photographed them and I had to put them back.
Oh.
And that was the scariest part.
Why was that scary?
Because you don't have so much luck,
Twice.
usually.
Right.
And the first time, I managed to get in and out, and the second time without being caught.
Right.
I was not a spy in the sense of spying,
Right.
by no means. And I did it out of pure love for Israel, for our future. And I think I certainly did not harm America. So my conscience is very, very clear.
Right.
Yeah, I can't imagine that girl with so much courage. I think it took a lot of courage, guts.
What girl? Meaning you?
Me, yeah.
You
I
was
don't
the
think
younger
of
one?
her as me. A young girl with ideas and lots of ideals and lots of guts. I never told my parents, I never told my children till several years ago.
Mhm.
They didn't know anything.
And how did they?
Because I had nothing, I didn't feel this is something I'm going to boast about or talk about. I was asked, I wasn't here, all my friends were killed in battle here. That was my share. It was better than killing. I was very, very pacifistic. So that was more of a moral problem for me. But I certainly did not want to fight here. I did not want to kill one person, Arab, Jew, English, anyone. Never would have gone into anything like that.
Well, if you had stayed here and the Arabs had attacked and your class was killed in the Lamed Hay and your friend was
Yes.
killed in the Castel, you
Yes,
might have picked up.
I don't know. You didn't have to. You could go work on a kibbutz. You could go and do work in hospital. You could do many other things. You didn't have to be in the fighting side, in the what became the Palmach. Yeah,
Right.
yeah? Didn't have to.